For some time, a big problem has been staring me in the face, quite literally. And it's this. My old studio has become a dumping ground over the last 9 months since I moved into my new one. And now it has got depressingly awful. So, today I'm going to tidy it. Well, I need a cup of tea after successfully emptying about a quarter of it, and now my garden is filled with bags of stuff and boxes of books. Still a long way to go. But I do have plans for in here that are going to involve getting rid of quite a lot of this stuff. And I think it will be fruitful. There's a little clue. I just want to show you this poinsettia which I got at Christmas time from a lovely person, and I'd kept it in my bedroom for quite some time and it was looking a bit sad, and I thought it was probably on its last legs. Poinsettias are notoriously difficult to keep alive, so I thought, right, I'm going to put it in the old studio and reuse the pot when it's died. Well, since then it's loving it in here, so I guess it's going to stay in here. Obviously likes it a lot more than the warm bedroom. So there we have at least some of it. That's going to be my son's corner now. The problem with this is it's right underneath one of my roof lights, which is just plastic, and in the winter that gets very condensation-y and then rains on whatever is underneath it, so I have to be really careful that I don't put anything that's not in a plastic box directly underneath it, otherwise it gets wet. But now we're in the latter part of March, hopefully that will be a thing of the past, and by the time we come round to having condensation again, all of this stuff will have gone to his new home or be sorted out. Now all I've got to do is sort out this lot, all of that paperwork down the bottom there. That needs to be shredded, and get that stuff that's in the garden back in. Some of that stuff is work things that I don't need immediately, and some is just stuff to get rid of. And then once I've done that, well, then I need to tackle this side. Oh my lordy, look at the state of it. For the secret library project that I was doing a while ago, I accumulated a lot of really old books, things that nobody really wanted anymore, and they were just part of my set. I've got cardboard boxes for them at the moment, but that's no good in here because it's not heated, so during the winter it gets really cold and damp from that condensation. Therefore, I bought myself a couple of boxes. I'm not big into buying plastic things, but I think needs must in this case. It needs to be weatherproof. It gets very hot in here in the summer, but I need it to be damp proof. So I'm going to put my books in here, the ones that I just want to keep because I'll be bringing out the secret library again to other places. So, going to find somewhere for this to go and fill it with books. Since I haven't been using this studio very much and not heating it at all, we've got quite a bit of things growing in here that shouldn't be. For example, down here in this corner and along here there is quite a lot of mould. But this wall here, it faces where the weather predominantly comes from. So we get a lot of rain that side, which is why that side is very mouldy and damp. But the other side seems to be okay. Right, come on then, let's put some books in this. Oh, look who's come to help! Maisie! Hi! Yeah, that's the tidy bit. What do you think? Good job. Not sure she was massively impressed. Right, tools. So these are the things I don't use very often. I think I'm probably going to regret this, putting everything in here, because I'm always going to want the thing that's right at the bottom. However, I do not have another solution at the moment. Now I need to put the Christmas decorations away, and I think they can go on top of this box, or maybe this box ought to go on top of the Christmas decorations, just in case we have a power outage or a food shortage before next Christmas. Decided to go with plan A in the end, because that box, now it's filled with tins, is so heavy and I'm running out of steam, so I'm just gonna leave it like that. You see, this is the sort of thing that I'm confronted with when doing this, as a person who's not massively keen on big spiders. I mean, it's not alive, it's an ex-spider or possibly an ex-spider body, but you know, I could live without it, frankly. You might still describe this as a horrible dump, but I'm getting there. Next, I'm going to tackle this side. I got this frame a couple of years ago when my husband was really struggling with his mobility. We haven't really used it since. He's been a bit better, so I'm not sure whether to keep it, but I know what will happen. As soon as I give this away to the hospice shop, we'll need it, so I'm going to keep hold of it for now. Got to clear up some more ex creatures, and I actually think these are probably their skeleton offcasts, so that means they might be hanging around somewhere up there in my other skylight. Just please don't come out whilst I'm here. Thank you so much. And if you remember when I moved into my new studio, I told you about how a rat had got in. This is where it came in. That it's a bit of overkill with the amount of wood that I've put down there and nailed in place, because the hole was fairly tiny, about that big. Actually, I think it was in this where these joins are. I think it chewed through that bit there, but it was, you know, rat shaped and sized. Not rat shaped, that would be weird. It was a hole that a rat could get in, and it did get in, and it ate all of the bird food and scattered it about all over the place, which is why I'm still sweeping it up now. So the plan is that I'm going to put along here where the printer used to be, because it's underneath this skylight and this is where it, you know, gets all the condensation from. I'm going to put my seedlings along here, because then they're going to get free reign indoors. Yeah, I don't need it. It's got quite bad water damage on the top here as well, so I can't really use this wood for anything else. So I'm just going to put my plants there. Well, that took me a couple of hours, but I'm pleased that it's, at least I can get at things now, and we'll ignore that corner over there, because at some point I am going to tackle that as well. That's got loads of old business stuff in it that I need to shred, but at least I've got somewhere now to put my plants. The chairs are nice and tidy, and these plants are now very happy. That money plant, sometimes it flowers, which is marvellous, but unfortunately it got too cold just over a year ago, and I nearly lost it, so it's recovering at the moment. And there's the old poinsettia still doing red leaves amazingly. And then over on the other side, this is the working side. That's got my tools over there, and some things that I need for the secret library. Then I've managed to get the table out with a couple of chairs, so I could even just sit here and have a cup of tea if it's raining out. And then all of my son's stuff, which at some point will be finding its new home. And I've even tidied up Maisie's bed. The only thing that's definitely going to need to go is that printer, which no longer works, and it weighs about half as much as I do, so I'm not going to do that on my own. At least I have somewhere now where I can put things, know where everything is, get to my tools really easily, and grow some plants. And I feel like I've done a good deed today. Just giving you a little bit of insight into where I live and what my back garden looks like. Still got loads of things to throw away, so I'll be doing that for the next half an hour, and then I think I'm going to go inside and have some lunch. Back in the studio next week for some normal shenanigans. I will see you then. Nanu nanu.